Doug Wiley with PoliceOne. I'm here with Bo Cisco. Bo, you have a very unique area of expertise, so unique that in some ways it hasn't even been really studied by anybody other than you. You have tremendous insight and knowledge on body language, particularly with regard to body language and deception in high-risk environments. Tell me about your self-education process and how you got to where you are today with Cisco Strategic Studies.
I started out when I was in college, and I was taking psychology classes, and I was given a project, spur-of-the-moment project by one of my instructors on body language, and I really didn't know anything about it. I studied up on it and just kind of became fascinated with the subject. It was kind of a hobby for a good amount of years, just reading books and articles where I could. And then I got into law enforcement, and in the beginning I really didn't put two and two together yet. I knew a couple things and I recognized some things, and I was accepted into our narcotics unit at my sheriff's office. And that's where things really started to open up, because you're out there alone. There's more of a survival aspect where there is no badge, a gun, and uniform and that radio that I can call for help right away.
Right.
And it made me more aware of my surroundings. It made me more aware of what people were doing around me. And a lot of the training that I had gotten on body language, the education, was kind of your basic everyday body language. And a lot of the books I found I could read were more on sales, so they didn't really measure up. I started just more out of a necessity, just trying to incorporate it into a law enforcement side. And then realizing a lot of the problems along the way, that people that are on drugs, people that are not mentally all there, their body language sometimes changes for different reasons, and trying to incorporate that when you've only learned about your normal, well-adjusted people over to that side of it was a challenge. A lot of it was a lot of trial and error, but I would keep notes, and I would actually perform some of my own experiments where I would move and try and put people in situations to see how they reacted, such as invading their personal space, to see how they reacted. I would try and look at them, make them nervous, to see how they got nervous. Because there's just a different element there. And some of the things were very similar to normal people, some of the things were kind of different. And when I would keep my notes, I was making a lesson plan based on those differences, and that's what I base my class on, that kind of teaching. I incorporate the normal body language too, because we do come in contact with them, but we also need to know the other side.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I mean, as we were discussing earlier, you can go to myriad schools and have degrees and documentation of the scientific research that you've studied and you've written on and what have you, but experiential knowledge is invaluable.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for all the work you're doing, helping our coppers out there stay safe and be more successful on the street.
Thank you.
Doug Wiley, PoliceOne.